Most UFC stars build momentum by winning fights. Johnny Walker nearly ended his own with a celebration. At UFC 235, March 2nd, 2019, he smoked Misha Cirkunov in just 38 seconds. His third string came the worm dance and a dislocated shoulder.
And here you go. You're very happy. Well, don't do that again, sir.
Now, was it just bad luck, showboating gone wrong, or the start of a career collapse? Today, you'll see how the UFC's most unpredictable showman went from a potential Jon Jones challenger to a cautionary tale about how chaos can make and break a fighter. Before the dislocated shoulder, before the humiliating knockouts, Johnny Walker was the UFC's most dangerous wild card. Born in Belford Roxo, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Walker didn't come into the sport like a slow-burning prospect. He exploded into it. 6'6", with an 82-inch reach and a personality as big as his frame. He fought like a man allergic to scorecards. He made his UFC debut on November 17, 2018 against Khalil Roundtree Jr. in Buenos Aires. 1 minute and 57 seconds into the first round, he smashed Roundtree with a brutal elbow that left him out cold. Performance of the night, and the MMA world took notice. Then came February 2nd, 2019 against Justin Ledet in Fortaleza, Brazil. 15 seconds. A hook kick, spinning back fist, follow-up punches. The kind of knockout that makes you rewind the video just to understand what the heck happened. Another performance of the night. 2 UFC fights, 2 absurd finishes, 2 bonuses. But he wasn't done. On March 2nd, 2019, just a month later, Walker stepped in on short notice to face Misha Cirkunov at UFC 235. Flying knee, punches, 38 seconds. 3 UFC fights, 3 first-round finishes, 2 minutes and 49 seconds of actual fight time combined. 3 performance of the night bonuses. And he wasn't just winning, he was doing it with style. Dancing, pulling off flips, talking wild in interviews. The UFC had seen guys like Michael Pereira and Mike Perry bring chaos before, but Walker's package of size, power, and personality looked like something different, something marketable. But as we have seen in MMA before, the fighters who lean too hard into the chaos eventually get bitten. And Johnny Walker was about to get bitten fast. Johnny Walker wasn't just knocking people out. He was making knockout art. And the Misha Cirkunov fight wasn't just another win, it was his masterpiece. Flying knees aren't rare in MMA, but launching one against a seasoned grappler like Misha, landing flush and then following it with precision punches, well, that was highlight reel perfection. The UFC posted the clip. Social media went into meltdown. For a lot of fans, this was the most entertaining 90 seconds of UFC footage ever. Walkout to finish to post-fight celebration. Tall, explosive, unpredictable. He was everything that fight promoters dream about. Dana White was grinning in interviews. The UFC had found someone that they could sell as a future light heavyweight superstar. Maybe even the guy to threaten Jon Jones. And Walker wasn't shy about it either. He openly talked about wanting to fight Jones, saying that he'd give him a proper fight. The hype was real. The UFC's light heavyweight division, long dominated by Jones, suddenly had a 6'6" wild card who looked like he could decapitate people on demand. But here's the thing about momentum in MMA. It can vanish in seconds. And Johnny Walker was about to prove that in a way that no one saw coming. Because in just 30 seconds, Walker would destroy everything he had built with his own hands. It happened right after the Cirkunov fight. Walker, buzzing with adrenaline, decided to give the fans more. He dropped to the canvas for his signature crazy post-fight celebration. This time, he did the worm dance. But as he bounced forward, his shoulder dislocated mid-move. The cameras caught him grimacing, trying to play it cool. By the time that the crowd realized, it was too late. The damage was done. Dana White later said that he wished Walker would stop doing celebrations like that. Even Walker admitted he had never actually trained the worm, saying he needed to train his celebrations from now on.
Since the last fight, actually, the celebration.
It's better.
every day better. I was being have physiotherapy here with Heather in the UPI, and every day better. I can do like almost everything again, and maybe more 4 months I can be back.
Is that the end of the celebration now? Is that it over?
Now I need to practice a little bit more. Maybe I have some injury because I have 3 fights straight away, very close. Maybe I get some injury, then I don't feel. After my fight when I jump the floor, maybe it's too much, maybe weak, then I don't feel before.
But the damage went deeper than embarrassment. Medical exams revealed that it wasn't a minor tweak. His shoulder was wrecked. Recovery took months, 8 of them. Now in fight years, that is a lifetime.
During your celebration, did you dislocate the shoulder?
Yeah.
At what point?
The first point when I lie down the first time, I feel.
And while fighters get hurt in fights, hurting yourself because you couldn't resist doing a dance move, that's the kind of thing that fans and opponents never let you live down. It became a running joke. Instead of talking about his 3 straight first-round finishes, people were talking about how he had sidelined himself doing the worm. When he finally returned, everyone expected the same reckless kill or be killed Johnny Walker. But something was different. Fans would soon find out just how much that injury and the time away had changed him. When Johnny Walker returned, the UFC did not give him a soft landing. They gave him Corey Anderson at UFC 244 on November 2nd, 2019. Now, Anderson wasn't flashy, he wasn't showy, but he was disciplined, angry, and laser-focused on earning a title shot. From the opening bell, Anderson walked him down. Walker tried his usual feints, his spinning looks, but Anderson wasn't buying any of it. Halfway through the first round, Corey caught him clean. Walker's legs wobbled. Anderson swarmed. 2 minutes and 7 seconds in, Walker was out.
And Johnny Walker, suffered his first UFC loss after his win against Serkinov. You said you were going to kind of take things slow with him, but then he gets matched with a top guy like Corey Anderson and, doesn't look great, obviously. So do you kind of regret that decision?
Yeah, it's not that he didn't look right. You can't come out and goof around like that. You got away with it when, you were playing with some of these guys earlier on. But when you start to go in against a pissed off Corey Anderson, who's dead serious out there, it's just this. You can't play in this sport, man. And you definitely can't play here. You can't do that.
Corey took a page out of Johnny's book in the post-fight celebration, but then later apologized for being unprofessional.
Process regarding the celebration, because you've got some moves, man.
Yeah, it was just, I went off a whim on that, and like I said, in the back, I have to apologize to my fans and my coaches. I apologize to all the people that know me and follow me, because that's not the way I act. Once a college coach, I taught my kids, you act like you've been there. So kids, all my athletes, if you're watching this and you happen to see this and hear this, I apologize to you, my family, and everybody, because as a professional and a mentor to you guys, I should have been a gentleman, shook his hand, helped him out, whatever it was, and just been respectful to him, so I apologize.
That's very respectful for you to say.
The aura was gone. For the first time in his UFC career, he looked mortal. Worse, he looked fragile. MMA fans have a cruel word for it: chinny. And once that label sticks, it is almost impossible to shake. Walker's next fight came on March 14th, 2020 against Nikita Krylov. No knockout this time, but no spark either. Krylov took him to the full 3 rounds and beat him by unanimous decision. Walker looked hesitant, gun-shy. The wildness was fading. He took time off, then came back against Ryan Spann in September 2020. And for a moment, the chaos returned. Spann dropped him twice early, but Walker roared back with elbows and punches for a first-round knockout. It was messy, reckless, and pure Johnny Walker. Fans loved it. But whatever confidence he had regained didn't last. October 2nd, 2021, Walker versus Thiago Santos. 5 rounds, no urgency. Walker circled, feinted, and barely threw. Santos coasted to a decision win. Fans couldn't believe it. This was the same guy who had once blitzed 3 opponents in just a few seconds. Now he was shadowboxing air. Then came February 19th, 2022 against Jamal Hill. Hill landed a short right. Walker's arms flailed straight up. He stiffened and crashed backward like a felled tree. one of the most awkward, memeable knockouts in UFC history.
Like this, you got to dodge the crazy punch.
Oh my gosh! That's it!
From potential Jon Jones challenger to being laughed at on social media, it was a long, hard fall. But Walker had one last desperate plan to save his career. After the Jamal Hill embarrassment, Johnny Walker knew something had to change. So he packed his bags and moved to Dublin, joining SBG Ireland, home of Conor McGregor. It was sold as a reinvention. SBG would tighten up his fundamentals, give him structure, and turn him into a complete fighter. At least that was the pitch. September 10th, 2022, UFC 279, Las Vegas. Walker fought Ion Cutelaba, a reckless brawler himself. Cutelaba came forward, but Walker stayed composed. Then, in a surprising twist, he submitted him with a rear naked choke in the first round. It was his fourth Performance of the Night bonus and his first submission win in the UFC. January 21st, 2023, UFC 283 Rio de Janeiro. Paul Craig tried to pull guard early. Walker stuffed it, unloaded punches, and got the TKO in just over 2 minutes. The crowd went insane. For the first time in years, it felt like the old Johnny was back, just a little more disciplined. Then came May 13th, 2023, against Anthony Smith. No finish this time, but Walker controlled the fight and won a unanimous decision. 3 straight wins. Fans started whispering about a title run again. Maybe SBG had worked. But reality hit fast. October 21st, 2023, UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. Walker faced Magomed Ankalaev.
The official weight for Johnny Walker. Official weight 206 for...
Midway through round 1, Ankalaev landed an illegal knee. The cage-side doctor controversially ruled Walker couldn't continue, and the fight was declared a no contest. The rematch was set for January 13th, 2024. This time, no controversy, Ankalaev knocked him out in the second round. June 22nd, 2024, UFC on ABC6, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Walker faced Volkan Ozdemir. 2 minutes and 28 seconds into round 1, Volkan flattened him with a clean shot.
Ozdemir can crack.
Yes, he can.
And the problem with Johnny Walker is he's been KO'd a gang of times.
Yeah, his defense is suspect usually.
Yeah. A lot of guys have put him away.
Jamal.
Oh, there it is.
No,
there it is. He got rocked.
Yeah.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's in trouble already. Ozdemir might get him here.
He's letting him get him against the cage like that. Get out of the
Yeah,
way, bro.
he's got to get out of there. He's in trouble. He's in real trouble. He
don't
does
do
like
that.
a lot of wild. You can't do wild. You're really hurt.
Ozdemir is technically very proficient. Look at that.
Oh, yeah,
he's out. He's out. Stop it.
Out cold. He's just trying to
dancer.
be crazy, just trying to do anything. But you can't do that with Volkan. Volkan Ozdemir can punch so hard.
The comeback wasn't real. SBG's disciplined Walker lacked the chaos that made him dangerous. And without the chaos, his defensive flaws and suspect chin were brutally exposed. Fans online started asking the question that no fighter wants to hear. What has SBG done to Johnny Walker? By mid-2025, Johnny Walker's record stood at 21 wins, 9 losses, and 1 no contest. 6 knockout losses, each more damaging to his reputation than the last. Once he was the UFC's most exciting light heavyweight prospect. Now he's ranked outside of the title conversation, just being booked for random fights. But here's the truth. Walker became a symbol of the UFC's style over substance era. The promotion pushed his viral highlights harder than they pushed his development. They didn't want to turn him into a calculated technician, they wanted the flying knees, the spins, the madness. And for a while it worked. He was a walking knockout reel. But in MMA, the bill always comes due. You can't rely on chaos forever. Once the element of surprise is gone, you need defense, you need fundamentals, and you need to survive the big shots. Walker never fixed the holes in his game, and his chin, already fragile, kept betraying him. Fans still loved watching him. He's entertaining, he's unpredictable, but he is no longer taken seriously as a threat to the elite. He is the guy who can give you one night of magic, but not a belt. Johnny Walker was the most entertaining fighter in UFC history, but entertainment doesn't win championships. It might win you fans, for a while, until they realize that it's all flash and no substance. His wildness made him a star and destroyed his potential all at the same time. He gave us 90 seconds of magic, then spent years chasing lightning in a bottle. Sometimes being too much fun is the most serious problem that you can have. At some point, you have to take yourself seriously, so the promotion and the fans will take you seriously too.